Hello, everyone. James S. Cass is here with time with another podcast. Woo!
Yay!
Woohoo! Oops, is that too loud?
Please help me introduce my guest this week.
Hello, I'm Blue Star Saber, once again joining another NaruSaku podcast.
Hello, and I'm Lloyd, once again back for more.
Mm-hmm.
How many podcasts have you guys been on so far?
3. This will be my 3rd time, me doing the last 2 podcasts you had, James.
Same here, 3.
Because it's usually For Life, Steve, and someone else.
Yeah, no girls. The only one you've had on is Slextrum.
Mm-hmm. You said Slextrum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you in the podcast at 631, or one of the 2 podcasts?
No.
I remember looking at one.
Anyway, this week's chapter is I don't even know how to describe this week's chapter.
It was I'd say it's an old Madara type chapter. Well, that was what it was for most part. Okay, did that come out wrong? Yeah, that came out wrong.
Well, basically, Madara's got his ass handed to him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I mean, like, in one chapter alone, we have broken 5 different rules that Kishimoto has established.
Really? I thought it was only 3. Oh well.
So, in other words...
Hold it! What the hell is that shit?
Okay, I take it we should recap the chapter.
Yeah, I think we should, because I think we need to break this down carefully, okay? This is not unlike a pairing couple or anything. This is actually this weird rule breaking
I think they get the point, James.
Okay, a rule breaking chapter where Madara decides that I want to do it, so shall I do.
He goes in and pretty much gets his butt whipped, and then finds a way to cheat.
So we start out where
I believe
so it's chapter 658. We start with everybody where all the tail beasts where basically Madara goes Leroy Jenkins on us. You know, it's just to rush in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the tail beasts who are like, screw that. You know, we're gonna take him out. We're gonna beat the crap out of him. So we do the Avengers Hulk on him. We, you know, puny god.
My favorite superhero movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they go all Hulk on him, right? You know, and just like make him into like a puny god. At least for a moment, he becomes like a ping pong or a pinball machine type thing, where he's just being tossed around back and forth. And since he's human now, he bleeds.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, so they try to suffocate him, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he busts out with Susano. If I said that, pronounced that right.
Susanoo.
Yeah, whatever. Pretty much the Uchiha's ultimate defense.
Which, we don't know how he does it, because A, you have to have eyes to do it. B, you have to have the Mangeshio Sharingan to do it. Which he has broken both of them. He has no Mangeshio Sharingan, he has no eyes, period, and he's able to summon this Susanoo practically out of nowhere.
I have a few ideas how he might have been able to do it, but I suppose we'll talk about those later.
Okay.
After.
But literally, what the fudge? What
Oh.
what? I like does Madara just come up to the field and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna make my own rules from this point on. I mean, I used to think that the Uchiha themselves, the whole clan, was just broken, but then and then I realized no, the Uchiha clan itself, yeah, they kind of abuse a lot of loopholes in rules, but Madara literally breaks every rule that has been established so far.
He's literally a cheater.
Yeah. So he comes back to life in his younger body, which technically he did not die in his younger body. He died in his older body. So, although it could be said that we could attribute that to Kabuto and his experimentation, we got him having so much Hashirama DNA inside of him that he could basically control Sage Mode now. Which again, sure, he implanted it in him before he died. This is true. However, he literally attributes his ability to control Hashirama's DNA thanks to Kabuto, not because he implanted it in himself before. So he got to keep that power that he never had when he was alive. His eyes were disintegrated in the last chapter, which means we thought we had a handicap, but nope! He can still use basically all his abilities just fine without him. At least his Uchiha ones, it seems like.
Just the Susanoo. We haven't seen him use the others. It was only the Susanoo.
What other technique is there with the eyes?
Well, see, there's Mutstra. I'm sorry, the black flames and the Genjutsu techniques.
But why do you think he was able to pull out the Susanoo?
Well, my guess is, I have a couple of theories. My first one is that since Black Setsu is his will, therefore part of him, and since he's merged with Obito with the eye, I figured that since he's merged with Obito and has Madara's eye, I figured it's possible that, in a sense, Black Setsu is sustaining some of Madara's power at the moment, or that's one theory.
Okay.
A second would be, it's possible that you only need the Mangekyo Sharingan to activate Susanoo, but regardless whether or not you have it, it's active or not, you can use it for whatever right afterwards. I mean, let me rephrase that. Once you've activated Susanoo with the Mangekyo Sharingan, regardless if you continue to have it or not, you can still use it.
Except Madara himself said that you have to have both eyes to control it.
Uh-huh.
So he basically broke what he already established. He wrote the rule, and then he broke his own rule. Basically.
I think he possibly might have lied.
That's a weak thing.
Or we could just say it's a cop-out to get him out of the sealing technique.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then again, he only did the weak version. Maybe he can temporarily sustain a weak version, but not for a long period of time. I don't know. I think we'll probably get an explanation for it next chapter or two.
Oi.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So we got... Huh?
Oh, wait. We're continuing on with the recap. Sorry, my bad.
So, after he escapes the sand imprisonment, we got Naruto coming out of nowhere and hitting him with his tail.
Yeah.
One of his tails. We then get Killer Bee coming out of nowhere. Which there actually is an explanation why he hasn't been in the battle as of late, because he's like, oh, I was busy carrying the wounded to a safe place. Okay. Well, at least it's some explanation, better than like, oh, I just stood there for a whole couple of chapters just watching you.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got the, So you could say in this chapter, Madara finally got some tail from all 9 beasts at the same time.
And he lost a hand.
Yeah. an arm. He lost an arm.
Yes.
No, that was my favorite arm.
I want to do a 90s fighting joke. Says, you've lost an arm. It's only a flesh wound.
Your bloody arm's off. Come on, you pansy. Okay.
Legs off. No.
Let's see, then after... wait, you're doing the recap. Sorry, my bad. I keep interrupting.
Yeah. So, well, it's nice to see Gara, though, like, actually do something.
And Shikaku. Let's see. Also, I like that quick remark with the rivalry between Kurama and Shikaku. There was a quick bit of play teasing each other, I believe.
Yeah.
That was nice.
A fox versus a tanuki.
Who knew?
So the Madara comes out, he's all bloodied, he has holes in him, he's missing arm, he's like, well, that's mildly inconvenient.
Still, I guess it shows that even he's not as all-powerful as he turns out to be.
I guess, but I mean, it's one of the drawbacks of having a real-life body now, is that, well, your body can take damage. No matter how powerful you are, eventually your body is going to take damage, whether by someone else or your own, methods.
Well, he is human, after all, and that's always a factor Kishimoto brings in, no matter how godlike or powerful a ninja is, or emotionless.
Yeah, even the Sage of Six Paths, who was the most powerful ninja that ever existed, still was only human and susceptible to death and probably disease and stuff like that from time to time.
Yeah. He did die of old age. Let's see. So, are we going to go to the next part where this apparently 2 plot holes were made or something? Or, I don't know. Once again, Madara screws 2 more rules.
Yeah. Well, first we get White Zetsu come back.
Well, I think it's actually one of the clones because he has both eyes. Because that one has both eyes.
Right. Well, it's a White Zetsu clone. So.
Yeah.
So it's a White Zetsu clone. He comes out. Look, I'm sorry, I'm late, Madara-sama. And it's like, at last, did you get it? And apparently he goes, look, I have it. It's the eye. I'm guessing this is the eye from Nagato's body.
Well, technically they both came from his body, but Obito only took one.
Well, technically they're both Madara's original eyes in the first place, but, we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
Although people are not really sure, did he take it off the body, or did Obito give the White Zetsu the eye to hold on to, or something like that? But
it's possible that this White Zetsu was acting on its own and not through Obito's orders, since it seemed clear that Obito was going to betray Madara.
Well, seeing how Madara was able to, when he was brought back Edo Tensei, but we know from the other chapter that he was able to talk to the other clones and stuff like that, and control them even then, behind Obito's back, it's rather interesting.
Yeah.
So, no doubt he must have had some rogue clones and the Black Zetsu doing their own thing while they're, while everyone's distracted with Obito. Which is a good opportunity to do such a thing.
I'm curious if there's more White Zetsus out there, if Sasuke didn't just kill the remaining ones, because possibly they're small portions, but who knows. Anyway, afterwards, Madara cuts off the White Zetsu's arm, attaches it to himself to replace the arm he lost, and then put in his eye very quickly.
Yeah, that's how you thank your servant. Thank you, servant. My arm! There we go.
I believe people keep saying those 2 parts are plot holes because it should take a while to put in the eye or medical ninjutsu, and reattaching that arm that quickly or something.
Yeah, and he just slaps it on and there we go.
Well, it's possible. Well, I will do a. Well, it's possible since that eye is technically his original eye. It could just be like that, but if it was someone else's eye, it'd probably take a while. That's a possibility, or he's so good with eye transplants that it's just a do and done thing.
Yeah.
Let's
Which is
see.
interesting. Which we could also bring up the fact that the Senju DNA might be able to heal him much faster.
Yeah. And I mean, that's probably how the arm attached so quickly. It's possible that he might be able to not. This is more of a wild theory on my guess, but it's possible that he might not be able to fully use, or it'll take a while before they adjust to him. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, this chapter caused quite the riot. It did.
Yeah. Of course, just an interesting fact here. We do know that the White Zetsus are a clone of Hashirama, technically.
Yeah.
So it is Hashirama's DNA, basically, in a different form. So it could be another reason. Again, one more reason why the arm was able to just go, and right back on his body so easily. Because not only does he has the DNA inside him, he just he's basically plopping something that is basically made from Hashirama right onto his body.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be kind of funny later on if that becomes a plot point where eventually, like, Hashirama ends up, like, taking control of Madara's body and punch himself. Stop punching yourself. Stop punching yourself.
That would be funny to see, but I don't think Mr. Kishi would do that. He usually takes the manga.
Why not? Madara breaks every rule in the book. Why not Hashirama do the same?
I don't know. It's possible that we'll get some explanations, because he always explains stuff eventually, Mr. Kishi does. He does explain stuff eventually, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what does Madara get to control Obito through the Black Zetsu, but like Hashirama can't do the same with the DNA and stuff like that inside Madara? You think he would be able to somehow?
It's possible Hashirama has no idea how to do it because, well, this is probably pretty new to him. I mean, he didn't probably realize how many people were using his DNA.
Which, by the way, is another stupid plot point that gets thrown about a lot. It seems every bad guy, all they have to do is inject themselves with Hashirama's DNA, and they're good to go. Good guys, on the other hand, can't control it, can't genetically inherit it. The only one who has it is Yamato, and even then, it's like the weakest form of it. But all the bad guys, all they got to do is take a needle, shove it into their arm, and there we go. I'm now Hashirama. I can control wood.
Well, I believe Yamato was like the prototype, the practice, the warm-up for Orochimaru to do it.
And he wasn't even the first one.
Well,
there was like 75 more of them before that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Well, yes, but they all ended up dead, and because his body was the only one that could work with it.
Well, they all turned into trees. So imagine walking to Orochimaru's cave and saying, "Oh, look, a whole forest." Wait a minute. That's fridge horror for you.
So, someone came up when I first had this thought in my head, all I was injured, I saw Naruto running to Naruto, ignoring everyone who was injured. And my friend said this, he joked about it, and what about us? And he just joked saying, Naruto, we keep saying Naruto's name. Well, everyone else said, what about us? We're injured. It's just say Naruto, that's it.
I didn't quite get that.
I didn't get that either.
Basically, from the chapter when Madara pretty much owned Naruto and Sasuke, remember?
Oh yeah, you mean the last chapter?
Yeah. Basically, when Naruto was injured, my friend joked that Naruto would ignore every injured shinobi and just go right to Naruto or Sakura, would do her duty and actually heal all the other injured people. And even made it so Naruto being a Pokemon, whose only attack is faint. Yeah, Naruto, I choose you. And then says, oh right, I forgot.
Or feign attack.
More useless than a magic card.
And not just like that one magic card of the guy that has no attack point, points and has one defense, like one or like 3 defense points, so all it could do is like be used as a defense card.
Funny is, you say, oh, Natsu will win in a fight. All stuff has to do is look like Naruto, and then boom, so Natsu will faint. It'll be over.
Here's an interesting question for you.
Huh? Yeah.
Madara puts his right eye back into his right eye socket, correct?
Yeah.
Did it really make that much of a difference? So what happens if you put the right eye in the left socket?
Well, probably go fuzzy in that. I mean, it's not really the right eye. I mean, it's like having 2 left hands and left hand on the right. That would be weird. You know, it wouldn't work properly, I guess.
It's work that way, guys.
Well, I'm just saying, like, does it really make that much of a difference medically?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Might look it up.
Oh well, so now we got Madara and he has one of his eyes back, which is a Rinnegan. Great, one eye back, that means he's gonna be even more powerful now.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I says now he's gonna be even more powerful with one Rinnegan.
Oh, yeah. Although, how much more powerful, we have no idea.
Well, we saw how powerful he could be in Edo Tensei form.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose the only difference is now that he can die.
Yeah. So if he tries to do the meteor thing again on him in the same area, he's gonna take himself out with it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Yeah.
Only a rock can break rock.
And the chief have plot armor. Who'd survive the woman's thing? Just a scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Heck me, I'm in the Uchiha. I like the Saiyans.
Well, then the only one who would survive is Sasuke, who also has extreme plot armor.
Doesn't Naruto also have plot armor or plot luck? Who knows?
I don't know. I mean, technically yes, but then again, all his like survival or escapes have always been logical. And Sasuke's, on the other hand, have been like far-fetched. Again, I bring up the Great Snake Escape. I have no mana. I'm completely drained. There's nothing I could do. Oh, look. Watch as I summon a snake. Use my Mangekyo Sharingan on him. Control him. Or a regular Sharingan on him. Control him. Use space-time jutsu. All within a matter of milliseconds of an atomic bomb explosion at the core.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Naruto deserves so much better than that.
No. That Lloyd. Let's see now. I wonder how much the tailed beasts know. Ooh. I wonder if the tailed beasts know much about Madara besides the Nine Tails. What do you guys think? They are pretty good. Anyone there?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't have much interaction with him.
Anyway, as I said, it seems this chapter seemed to rile up a lot of people. Some loved it, some hated it.
I'm more confused by it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those chapters that will probably get an explanation a bit later. I mean,
I am completely confused by it.
well, hopefully that would be the last chapter that we get confused for a while with. Anyway, it seems I've looked at the Tumblr with many of the NaruSaku fans, and many of them seem to hate this chapter more than they hated 615 and 627, if that's possible.
627.
You know, the one where Sasuke apparently turns a 180, apparently, and, you know, turns good. That one.
Yeah.
You all know that is not
Ugh. Man. So anyway, that's basically it for the chapter, unless you guys got something to talk about.
Let's see. Well, since many people are a bit angry with this chapter, and blimey, I've never seen people so angry at a chapter before. How long do you think it'll take for people to... Do you think people will calm down the next chapter or the chapter afterwards? Or do you think it's going to be a while before people calm down from it? Because it seems some people...
I don't think people are gonna calm down from it, but I think people are just tired of this war in general. It's gone on way too long.
Well, yeah, I suppose it has, but it's much quick, but it's not as long as the Aranka stuff with Aizen. Trust me, I know that for a fact. I think it lasted 28 volumes.
Because, I mean, honestly, it's getting, like, how long are we gonna fight Madara for? Are we gonna fight him for, like, 2 more volumes, 3 more volumes, 1 more, just 1 volume is a total? I don't know. Is it gonna be a short battle? Is it gonna be a long one? Is there gonna be some kind of, like, strange loophole the way he gets defeated? I don't know. And by the way, why can't any of the good guys have loopholes for once?
I have no idea, but I believe I think for at least for the next couple of chapters, we're gonna have Madara fighting the tailed beasts a bit, and then afterwards we're probably also gonna have some bit with Kakashi and Obito. Let's see how Sakura's going to get involved. I think she's going to get involved one way or another. I have no idea. And I'm curious to see if Orochimaru will get involved somehow. But as long as the battle with Madara, it's either going to be one... Okay, what was that? As I was saying, 1 to 3 volumes, that is probably how long we're going to have this. And possibly some bits with an aftermath, dealing with what Sasuke is going to be up to, and then we move on to the next bits. James, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just don't really know what to say at this point.
I think it's more like we need more information at the moment. It's one of those chapters that does stuff, but it leaves questions. Mm-hmm.
I think we need to end this already and move on to the friggin' Sasuke fight, because honestly, like, the Sasuke fight is, like, the more this keeps going, the more exciting the Sasuke fight is going to be. Because how can you top this, really? Honestly, how can the Sasuke fight top this? How can the NaruSaku fight actually top this? There's only one way I could think it could top it, and that is if we actually have an ending to the pairing wars with it. And that's it. That's the only reason why I think now most people are actually interested in the Naruto versus Sasuke fight. They don't really give a crap at what happens to Sasuke, unless you're, I guess, Sasuke fan. But, but Sasuke, like, no one really gives a crap about him anymore. Do you guys honestly care whether he lives, dies, stays in the village, or becomes like a wanderer forever?
Well, I'm curious what his fate is. I'm curious about what's going to happen to him. That's an interesting part. Let's see. I'm also interested in what else is going to happen, like with Orochimaru, with Sakura, with Naruto, of course. Well, it's kind of everyone should know what's going to happen with Naruto. And what?
I just want Sasuke to die. I mean, much of
Did you say you wanted Sasuke dead?
yeah, Sasuke. I want him dead in the most horrible way possible. I just don't really like Sasuke.
You don't? I suppose that's normal.
I want him to die too, but we know that's not going to happen. And if it does, I will be really surprised.
Well, like you did say, Sasuke's on borrowed time. So, could be him that something may die.
Obito did such bad things, he deserves to die. Madara did such bad things, he deserves to die. Every bad guy did such bad things, he deserves to die. Okay, Sasuke did bad things. What does he deserve? He deserves to not be in the village he never wanted to be in the first place. How is that a punishment?
I have no idea. Who knows? We have to see what's going to happen to him.
Like, no, honestly, any one of you listening to this podcast right now, tell me, how does Sasuke being banished from Konoha and forever become a wanderer that big of a punishment? Well, why do people think that's a suitable punishment for him? How is that even a punishment at all? He never wants to be in the village anyway.
We have to find out. We have to find out. We have to find out, because he does seem to still feel some sentimental attachment, as 618 showed.
Oh yes, sentimental attachment that he never felt before up until now. Sentimental attachment? You mean that's why he left the village? That's why he abandoned his teammates? Because of sentimental attachment? Really? Is that why he never came back?
Possibly. I don't know. Sasuke is a very hard character to understand, if you ask me.
I mean, that's what I at least like about Madara. I mean, at least he has a clear-cut goal. I want to become God. Okay. Sasuke, I want to kill people. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. No, I don't. No, I just want to rule them instead. Okay. So...
here's a good question for you two. Do you think Naruto's constant obsession with Sasuke is a bit of a good thing or a clouded thing? Right now, it's impairing his judgment a little.
You mean Naruto's obsession with Sasuke?
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the first bonds, and he's technically the first out of all his friends his classmates to acknowledge him. So I guess in a sense, he doesn't want to let go of that because, given his lonely childhood, it is important to him.
That kind of selfish, though.
I suppose
that makes it sound like every other bond Naruto has ever made is just not important enough besides Sasuke.
It's possible this is something Naruto needs to learn, or something he needs to develop. That might be what Kishimoto's going for.
Oh, we have to save Sasuke. And what is everybody else? Chop liver? I mean, this is why I ask people, like, if the choice was to kill Sasuke, or Sasuke is going to kill the entire village and every single friend that Naruto ever made in his entire life, what would his choice be?
I think he'd probably choose between saving Sasuke or saving his friends, right?
Right.
I think he'd probably save his friends. I think he would do that. It would be difficult for him. It'd probably hurt him, but I think he would choose to save the village.
You think he would?
Yeah.
From what I've seen with Naruto, he said I'll probably try and do both. He said that to Itachi.
Oh, yeah, he would. Yeah, he would find a way. He always tries to find a way, which works for most of the time.
I guess, but trying is not doing.
I don't know.
I mean, I could try to win a Nobel Peace Prize. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
No. Oh no, sorry.
You know, there's like a good chance I'm not gonna win one. I mean, there's always a chance. I got what, maybe a 1% chance? No, even less than that, 1/1,000,000% chance.
But here's the thing, I think the one thing that would make Naruto snap at Sasuke is if Sasuke stabbed Sakura from behind. That would be the only thing I could think of that would make Naruto literally snap at Sasuke.
You've said Sasuke killing Sakura would make Naruto snap at him, right?
Yes.
Right. I expect Naruto to beat the living daylights out of Sasuke if he ever did that.
Sakura survived being stabbed by Sasuke. Literally, she was stabbed in a vital point. And she's still standing.
Of course, she does have Tsunade's technique, so you don't know, maybe, like, that would be impossible for Sasuke to do. I'm gonna kill you, Sakura. Stab, 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 stab. Oh, look, I heal instantaneously. Although it shortened my lifespan, but still.
Let's see now. What else is there to talk about?
I mean, this whole thing with Naruto and Sasuke, really, what decision would Naruto make if there was no other choice? If it's either kill Sasuke or Sasuke kills the village, there is no other outcome. It's either one or the other. Which one would he choose? I'm tired of this crap. Like, oh, he'll find a third option. You don't always find a third option. You know, there's not always that easy way out where everybody gets that happy ending. There has to be a moment where it's either one or the other. It's not both.
Well, we're probably going to get something like that in the next arc, or possibly arc after, depending if Kishimoto's going to do like some sort of mini arc. You know, it doesn't seem likely. Who knows? I might be wrong. They usually do that, right? Mini arc.
I mean, the more I think about it, the more I hate it. Hate the idea, the concept of it. And believe me, I think all you out there know that the easy end, you all hate the easy ending. You all hate the super mega happy endings where everything works out in the end. You know why? Because you all hated the chapter where Nagato brought everyone back to life, which is basically the super mega happy ending.
I didn't really hate that one.
I know a lot of people do, though.
Okay.
And you know who you are. Those who are listening.
In a sense, that was necessary. In a way. Given the fact that we still needed Kakashi, and that's what we still needed that, and not to mention we needed all those Leaf Ninja for the war. Though that's only that's a one-time thing only, it seems. Well, except for the Marvel revival, but hey, that's a smaller scale, so. James? I finished talking about it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Oh.
Well, James, I need 2 more chapters left before the big NaruSaku prediction.
So, I have to ask, James. You usually say you keep believing that let's see, 660 will be the next NaruSaku moment. Do you still believe that?
Yes.
Ah. So we're most likely going to have Sakura appear in the next chapter or the one after that. That's what you believe.
Yes. Give or take a chapter. So it could be 659, 660, 661. That was the bet.
Mm-hmm.
So around there.
Any thoughts on what the NaruSaku moment is gonna be?
I'm not sure. I just know it's going to be an NS moment. It's obviously not going to be a kiss or anything like that, although that would be funny.
Oh yes. The Naruto
That would be a kick in the balls to the Naruhina fans, isn't it?
What, you mean if Madara kills Hinata?
No, if Naruto and Sakura kiss out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
And why not? For those of you saying, "Oh no, that will never happen." Yeah, you said the same thing about Minato mentioning Sakura being Naruto's girlfriend. So yeah, or any of that. Yeah. So now run your mouth.
This thing, we shouldn't really call them Naruto fans, we should call them Naruto fans.
Yeah, they're just Hinata fans. You know why they're just Hinata fans? Because if they're Naruhina fans, they would be Naruto fans too. But no, they just care about their goddess and what she wants. And she wants Naruto! Well, she can't have him. Well, then he sucks! Oh, well.
I would not do that even if I still supported Naruhina, which I'm not, thank God.
Worst ever.
Anyway, so let's see now. So far, I believe this war has now lasted for over 3 years.
Yeah. We
You know,
managed to turn 2 days into 3 years.
That's not, it's not as bad as it. That's not really bad because when it comes to battle manga, one day can be like 50 chapters usually, or 3 hours can be like that. I think. I mean, other mangas have done it before.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard Dragon Ball makes 5 minutes into 40 hours or something. Right?
Yes.
So
We've had like 5 minutes become 30 episodes in the anime, which is just ridiculous.
Well, at least this way, Naruto it was 2 days would just be about roughly the same amount or something. Who knows? Possibly 100. And I suppose it would have probably been better if Mr. Kishi made this war perhaps a week long, perhaps. Maybe made it that the timeline be like that. That probably would have been better.
Oh, please no. He'd still be here for another 10 years.
I mean, as in, instead of having the war last 2 days in the 150 chapters we've had, or 3 years, we have, like, the whole war lasting a week with, like, day by day. You know what I mean. I think.
Yeah.
That might have been less frustrating, I guess.
Watch as we turn 6 months into 5 minutes. So, yeah.
Not a very big podcast today. I guess with the chapter being a bit.
Yeah. And usually 4Life has a whole bunch of things he wants to say right now, or some kind of like.
Yeah, I believe he did. I believe he does have a lot of things to. I believe he does have a lot of things to say. I mean,
I can only imagine what he'd be saying right now.
Really, what would he be saying? What you think he's going to be saying?
He'd be like he'd be going on and on and on and on and on about Madara and the Uchiha bloodline and how, I don't know whether he would be talking about them being hacks or not, but I think he would be like talking about like, wow, Uchiha get away with a lot of crap.
They're bad guys. Bad guys always cheat.
Yeah, every anime too.
Yeah, so
This is
you
why
can't-
this is why I like Sword Art Online, okay? For once the good guy is the badass and the bad guy is a pussy.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh, okay, that's different.
The bad guy only like somewhat wins cuz he cheats. But the good guy is such a badass that it made no difference.
Okay. Let's see now. How do you think Madara will be defeated?
Oh man, we gotta ask this one. He's gonna trip and fall and snap his neck. That's how he's gonna be beaten.
I think there's going to be some sort of like strategy to do it because it seems raw power alone won't be enough to beat him. We're going to have to be smart about it. That makes sense.
I
That didn't make sense, did it?
this is gonna be really weird. I mean, like, I don't know how Madara is gonna be defeated. Obviously, he can't be sealed anymore because he's no longer an Edo Tensei.
Yeah, well, unless you can suffocate him like they tried to in the chapter.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay. Believe it or not, I actually believe Obito is gonna take Madara out.
Mm-hmm. You mean as like his redemption thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious if Orochimaru will have some involvement in Madara's defeat.
I don't know. But dear God, I hope it doesn't get to the point where Obito does something that you think like, oh yeah, this is gonna beat Madara for sure, and then all of a sudden Madara just somehow manages to get out of it.
I don't think Mr. Kishi's gonna do that again. I think, who knows? It seems people are getting a bit tired of that.
I don't know exactly how, but I just know I just have a funny feeling that Obito's gonna be the one to do it somehow. He's gonna go Darth Vader and Emperor that motherfucker. That's what he's gonna do.
What if he doesn't? Will you get annoyed, or will you be, or depending on how it happens, you would accept it?
You know, honestly, I really don't care at this point. So no matter what happens, as long as Madara gets defeated as quickly as possible, I'm okay with whatever ending happens.
Let's see now. So, besides 560, what being possible? I mean, 660 being the possible NaruSaku moment. After that, what do you think will be Sakura's next big involvement?
The Naruto versus Sasuke fight.
Really, you don't see her getting involved with either the Obito or Madara?
I don't expect her at all to be in any involvement in this fight whatsoever. But as I said on the NaruSaku forum, I didn't expect Sakura to make any sort of help or importance into this whole war period until the Naruto and Sasuke fight. Between 540 and the Narusaku, the Naruto and Sasuke fight, I expected nothing from her. Now, I guess this is me just lowering my standards so much to the point because I know that nothing, like pairing wars-wise, is ever going to happen until Sasuke is dealt with or something like that. But all the stuff that happened with Sakura, her power-up, her
healing. Okay.
The 631.
That was a major surprise, I take it.
Yeah, that was a major surprise. And all the little tidbits that she had during this whole war, that was just icing on the cake. That was just a little extra treat for us to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, and honestly, okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
I mean, if people are so worried that Sakura is not going to play an important role, why is everyone worried that Hinata's going to play an important role? What does she have to do with this whole fight? She has even less to do with this fight than Sakura does.
I mean, well, I have no idea, but Sakura does have some. Well, there's a possibility Sakura will get involved, as in like a way to surpass her master Tsunade, or like it's possible because Madara defeated Tsunade, or Tsunade can beat Madara. Take your pick, of course. And there's possibility that we'll have like a Neo Sanin team up against Madara. Like for the first Sanin, it was Hanzo. For the new Sanin, it will be Madara. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question I was asked by one of my friends. How should Hinata's development should have gone since part 2? How should it have gone?
How Hinata's story should have gone in part 2, did you say?
Yeah, how it should have been more improved.
Let's see, how should Hinata's story go in part 2? I suppose it would have been nicer if we had a bit more teammate interactions, or possibly Hyuga interactions between her and Neji. That probably would have been less annoying for us, I guess.
I thought she should have just blown out that crush after a while, after she figured out that Naruto does love Sakura. He would never love Hinata that way. That would have been another good development for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about you, James? What do you think?
No, Naruto would never love.
At best, it'd be sister, it'd be brother like / sister love.
Yeah.
So, do you two have any questions?
I got none.
Let's see now. Let's see, questions. Let's see, do I have any questions? Yeah. So, do you think Madara's gonna beat all the tailed beasts, or you think he's on, or do you think he's gonna somehow extract the 9 tails from Naruto? You had that question, right?
Mm-hmm. Uh.
I think he's probably going to get a few of them, some of the weaker ones. Maybe like the slug, the bug one. But other than that, I'm not really sure.
Let's see now. So, let's see. So, are we done for Are we done for this podcast, or are we gonna try and continue on
Well,
a
unless
bit?
we got nothing to add, we're pretty much done for this one.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
nothing to say.
Well, overall, I'd say this week's chapter was a love or hate chapter, or both. Hopefully next week we'll get an explanation with Madara or Madara's apparent Sasano bit. Hopefully, and we'll see how long the fight will go.
I just think this chapter pretty 50-50.
I guess we're going to end it now.
Yeah, we'll end it here.
Yeah.
Alright. Not much to talk about, sadly.
Yeah, well, this was a short one. What do you expect?
Yeah, it was more of a battle-only chapter.
There wasn't really, there was a lot of action in this chapter, not a lot of talking.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing really deep to talk about, other than the fact that Madara just broke every rule in the book, but that's okay.
I'm sure we'll get an explanation.
Well, we better get something.
Well, it could have been. It could have done. Well, it could have done what Fairy Tail did like a few chapters ago. Which, that was really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you heard.
No.
No.
Well, apparently, this guy who can do explosions. Well, this is spoilers for anyone who doesn't read Fairy Tail, so be warned. Well, this guy who does explosions got defeated by Natsu. He was about to blow up everything, but Natsu's cat, Happy, grabbed the exploding guy, lifted him up high in the sky. He exploded along with the cat, and the cat turned to be A-okay with getting a large afro. He survived a huge explosion.
That's a bunch of BS.
I guess we're kind of done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been dragging this out too long, sorry.
Yeah, that's alright. No, I don't know what else to talk about, so, well, I guess this is it. This is the end. I'm James S. Cassidy.
I'm Blue Star Saber.
I'm annoyed.
Saying, I got work tomorrow, and it's gonna be one hell of a day.
Oh boy. Good night.
Good night.